möbeli.
Over the past few weeks, I made a model of the ground floor. We want to turn this into a separate apartment, and with a separate apartment in here, we can rent it out or for extra income. And it's relatively easy to turn this into a separate apartment because it already has a separate front door. Here you can see both front doors in the corner of the courtyard. And if you enter this door, you get into a hallway with the current kitchen on the left. And at the end is the room where we demolished the 1990s fireplace. This ground floor is currently really lacking a bathroom. There's no toilet, no shower downstairs here. So what we are going to do is tear down this separation wall, which is a non-load bearing wall between the kitchen and the fireplace room, and make this into a smaller kitchen and a larger room for living or dining. Or and we're going to make a bathroom in the old workshop at the back. Let me show you here are pictures. We also want to change this window in the fireplace room into a double door which leads to the terrace on the west side. So you don't have to walk around the house to get to the terrace, but you can walk straight from the kitchen through the living room to the terrace. And the wall we're going to remove between the fireplace room and the current kitchen is probably one of the only walls we're going to remove for our renovation project, with which we're going to alter the floor plan a bit. Then again, we're only really copying what the previous owners did, because the original plan was a smaller kitchen too. And then they had a storage room, a small storage room in between the kitchen and the fireplace room, which didn't have a fireplace yet back then. And so the old owners knocked down this wall, and we're going to sort of restore that wall but knock out the other one. And our new wall will be an open wall with arches in it, so you can have a free space between the kitchen and the new living room. And these arches tie into the vaulted ceilings in the old farm. Of course, if we completely refurbish the ground floor, we no longer have a kitchen ourselves to live in, and this is the main room that we're using because we can heat it and we can cook here. So we need a different kitchen, and that's why we've now started to chip off the plaster in the old kitchen in the old farm building, so we can turn that into a kitchen first. That's my water, little cat. Okay.
had really hoped to save this plaster by restoring it rather than taking it all away and replacing it. But it was in too poor condition. There were multiple places where it just came separate from the stones below and where there was like a hollow behind it. So we decided to take it all away, and we will probably be keeping the stone exposed on one wall and replaster the rest. The last wall I still need to tackle has a lot of modern brick in it, so definitely that one will get a coat of plaster. And we'd also prefer to plaster the exterior walls, so that's the walls with the windows behind me and also behind you, because it's just adding a tiny bit of extra insulation. And then that wall on that side will have visible stones. We'll keep the plaster on the ceiling probably, because that one is still in good condition. We'll give it a new coat of paint. Below there are terracotta vaults, just like in the barn, the workshop, and they are beautiful. But because we also already have a terracotta floor that we will be keeping, we felt for this particular room it would otherwise be a little bit too much. By taking off the plaster, I did find a lintel that was previously covered, and there's just a small niche in the wall now, and we will probably make that bigger so that we can make a built-in above counter kitchen cabinet there. So this room used to be a kitchen. There's still the old bread oven over there, and we are going to make it into a kitchen again, because when we are renovating the ground floor in the new farmhouse, we need a kitchen where we can cook in the meantime. So this is going to be this room, but also after that it will remain a kitchen even when we have a new kitchen in the new farmhouse, because that kitchen will be for our guests, and then this kitchen will be for us. I had really wanted to finish this week, but it's quite heavy work, and my body decided that it needs a little break, so I'll have to do the last wall next week. Many of you have been asking us about our white calico cat, Lara, recently, and why she isn't going outside to play with the other two cats. The reason for that is that she hasn't been spayed yet. That was supposed to be happening mid-March, but then she turned out to have worms. But now we are early May and she still has a problem with her health, and the vet doesn't really know yet what's causing it. Yeah, but we hope it can happen soon, because she is starting to show more and more enthusiasm to go outside. When she arrived in early December, she was a pretty traumatized cat, and she didn't show any interest in going out. She was perfectly happy indoors. But now, over the past month or so, she has been really becoming more confident and more trusting. She's become way more curious about the life outside of our kitchen windows. So yeah, I hope for her that she can go out and play outside soon.